Hello, I'm going to attempt to show you how to prime the Zepbound Kwikpen multi-dose. First things first though, I am not a medical professional, nor am I a representative of Lilly or any of its affiliates. I am a patient taking Zepbound, and I wanted to create a clear tutorial on how to prime this pen, something I've not been able to find online. Okay, let's do this together, and I will try to do this very slowly. Okay, so this is the pen. I'm sure you should have this by now. Make sure your dose is correct according to what you were prescribed. If not, stop, call your doctor. If you are ready to go, let's do this. Okay, you will need pen needles, which come, this is a 50 pack. I don't need that many, but they're less than $10, so, you know, get what you need. You can get them at any big box store, any pharmacy, online. They're everywhere, and they really are very inexpensive. So if somebody... Anyway, so here is the pen. This is the lid, because this is the actual product. And you can see that it is clear, as it should be. These little markings are just for me taking the lid on and off. Anyway, the product is clear, and it should be clear. If it is cloudy, discolored, if there's any particles in there, if this has been frozen, don't use the pen. Call your doctor. You will need a new one. Okay, next thing. Next, get all your supplies ready. Get your clean hands, of course. You need your pen, your needle, a couple of alcohol swabs. So we've already taken the cap off. This is how the needles come for the injection, I'm sorry. This is how they come. It's just a singular hypodermic needle in there that you screw on right here, which we're going to do as soon as I clean it. So you just take that out, and this is the end that you're going to clean with that little red dot. So you're just going to go ahead and clean that off. That's done. Now, open your needle here, your pen needle. And careful, do not stick your finger inside this hole. That is a very, very sharp, I don't know if you can see it, I hope you can. Yeah, there it is. That is a very sharp little needle, and you don't want that under your fingernail. It will suck. So we're just going to put this straight on, just like that. Just push it on. Hear that little click. Then screw it on tight. You're ready to go. Now, this is an outer pen. This is the inner cover. So there's a second little cover right there. That stays in place until you're ready to rock and roll. So we're going to prime this now. This is the dosing window. And your first position, do 2 clicks, or however many clicks it takes to get to this line. You want the extended line. There's a shorter line. You don't want that. You want the extended line. And if you're like, oh, oops, I went past it, that's fine. Just roll back until you get to it. Okay, so this is the beginning of the priming position. At this point, you want to turn your needle upward. I'm sorry, this is so close to the camera. I'm not good at this. So you want to turn your needle upward and tap it a couple of times to make any bubbles that might be in there come up to the top, and there's no bubbles in mine. So we're going to tap that and pretend this is upright. Okay, again, careful when you take this lid off. It will poke you if you're not careful. So what we're going to do is we're going to push the plunger here. We're going to push that up for 5 seconds. And I'm just going to do it on the desk because I need to have one hand free. So we're just going to push for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. See what came out there? Okay, just hold that. Okay, that's fine. And what you should see at the bottom is that the dosing window has gone back to 0. That's what you want. You want that to go back to 0, and you want a couple of droplets on the needle itself. This is now ready to inject. You don't need these little drops. You can just shake those off. So yeah, this is ready to inject. Now, I'm just going to put the lid back on this for a second. Now, if you do not see a tiny droplet right here on the needle, then stop and start over. You will go back to the extended line in the dosing window. I'm not going to do it now because I don't need to prime this a second time. So you'll go back to that line there, and you'll repeat all those steps. Push the plunger in, you should go back to 0. You should see a little droplet of the medication right there. If that doesn't happen after the second try, then take this needle off, throw it away, try a new needle. And if that needle doesn't work, stop then, call Eli. Their number is, just for your quick reference, 800-545-5979. You will call them and they will instruct you on what to do from that point forward. So, again, you turn this knob until you get to the priming position, which is the extended line. You push this in for 5 seconds until you see a droplet of the medication on the tip of the needle. Keep the needle vertical while you're doing this. I'm just showing it this way because it's easier to see. I hope this helps out, and I may do a second video on how to actually do the injection, but I will tell you my one quick tip is when you are ready to do your injection, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to film it. You need to turn this multiple times until you get to the correct dose in your window, in the dosing window. And I'm just going to show you what this looks like because I am going to take a dose. You see how it just keeps going and going and going. Don't stop. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. I've already taken one dose, so it's gonna just keep going until it's ready to stop. Okay, that's dose 1. Now, I'm not going to do this on camera just yet, but you see how much of this you have to inject or have to depress? I would suggest hold the needle into wherever you're going to inject and then press it down with your palm, because I found that trying to do it with my thumb, it didn't quite finish on the first go. I had to kind of push it down a second time. And then while you're doing the injection, of course, you hold it against your skin or wherever you're going to do your injection. You hold it there for about 5 seconds and then remove it. And if you see a little drop of blood, then you just wipe that off with your alcohol swab. I hope this helps. Leave me questions at the bottom if you do have any questions. Thanks, and bye-bye.